Hey YouTube, it's Shanice and I'm back with another video to encourage and to inspire and to motivate and to help you to tear down those labels and the titles that was put on you by your mama, your sister, your cousin, whoever put them on you, baby, it's time to tear them off. I want to come for some motivation today, and I want to let you know to break through. Whatever, I'm sorry, break out. Whatever that means to you, I want you to break out and I want you to go full force, not looking back, not passing a pass and go. Not don't even collect the $200. The $200 sound cute or whatever, but what God got for you is greater than $200. It's greater than that. Okay. Today on my walk, I was walking and I felt God saying to me to break out. Well, He didn't say those words, but as I was in my message, because I did a message on my Facebook page. Follow me on my Facebook page. I am Kingdom Connections. But as I was walking, he gave me this he showed me how when a butterfly is finna break out, they hit at their cocoon until their cocoon break, right? Until their cocoon break, and then they break out of their cocoon and they fly at the highest altitude to be them beautiful flowers that they can be. Now, if you look at a butterfly when it first starts, it don't look cute. You don't even know what this butterfly is going to become. And so this butterfly reaches its metamorphosis stage and end up breaking out into this butterfly. Coming out into this butterfly as a beautiful, colorful, vibrant creation. But who would have known inside this cocoon that it was something so beautiful? Who would have known that? Especially when you first look at a butterfly, it is in a cocoon. It then is a caterpillar, a nasty, ugly, slimy caterpillar. And it end up breaking out into this beautiful cocoon. Who would have knew? This beautiful butterfly. Who would have knew? Sometimes we get so caught up into the cycles of becoming that butterfly that we forget that at the end of the cycle, any cycle that you catch yourself in, the cycles of fornication, the cycles of compromise, the cycles of belief, the cycles of doubt, whatever cycle you catch yourself in, you gotta always come back to come full circle, and you end up learning what you did not learn in that last cycle, and that's the ending of that cycle, and you end up giving birth to something beautiful. So my message to you today, to YouTube, is to break out whatever that means to you. Whether it's to break out their relationship, break out of those erroneous teachings, break out of those mindsets, break out of them identity crisis, break out of that tax racket, whatever that means to you, whatever you know for a fact that God has been talking to you about. I want you to break out. I'm gonna share a little story with you guys. When I first started my process of transformation, I was so happy, right? I was geeked, like, oh, I'm finna be like Christ. Oh, get it, get it, get it, get it. Don't stop, get it, get it. You know what I'm saying? I was happy, right? This was at the end of 2018. Never forget, God told me, He gave me two words, transformation and restoration. Now, when He gave me transformation, that very next day, I think He took me to Luke. Was it Luke? I want to say it was Luke. When Jesus was on the mountain and He did a transfiguration. And when I watched that, I was so encouraged. I'm like, this is what I've been wanting. Now, mind you, before the end of 2018, from 2017 to the end of 2018, he took me through a purging. He took me through a purging and a purifying process. Then after that process, He took me through a transformational process. And now I'm in a process of restoration. And can I tell you, none of the process that I went through did not feel good. It didn't. Y'all see these blotches on my face. One day I woke up. This was the beginning of the year. Now, mind you, the beginning of the year, my face had completely cleared up. And then out of nowhere, I started getting blotches on my face. I'm like, what is this? Like, why is my face breaking out? Maybe it's the starch. I'm eating too much starch, maybe too many carbs. I'm just naming all the physical things, but I didn't look at it. When God heals you internally, it's actually a physical manifestation on what's happening inside, and it'd be an outward transfiguration process, transfiguration moment. So I was in the mirror, and I was like, "Why do I got these blotches on my face?" I ended up watching one of the young ladies that I follow, Tiffany Montgomery, and I had just asked God, like, "Why is my face breaking out like this?" And my face had broke out at the beginning of my process when God first started dealing with me back in 2017, and my healing. We see them memes, people up in the clouds, and they're looking so beautiful. They're looking so in peace, right? And they're like, man, you look at them like, man, that's what healing looks like. That's not what healing looks like, y'all. Healing looks like blotches on your face. Healing looks like exhaustion, because you're constantly praying, and you're breaking strongholds. You breaking generational cycles. You breaking generational curses. And I was just like, man, like, when is this gonna ever end? And then God gave me a revelation of a butterfly, and how the butterfly go through cycles before they and during a metamorphosis process, and how they transform and they become a full, beautiful butterfly. And that's what restoration looks like. But a lot of time, restoration and transfiguration does not feel like restoration, does not feel like transfiguration. It hurts, and it hurts. Sometimes it hurts so bad that you want to go back into the things that you used to. You want to go back to familiarity. You want to go back to the areas that you was comfortable with. But I promise you, if you go past the comfortable territories and the familiar territories, and you break out into the person that God has called you to be, I promise you, it is a beautiful, beautiful picture on the other side. Vibrant, beautiful colors. If you break out and become the person that God has called you to be, and stop being resistant. And I went through that phase. I went through a phase of resisting. I was resisting because I didn't want to let go of my kid's father. I was resisting because I didn't want to let go of certain friends. I was resisting because I didn't know what was on the other side of my obedience. I didn't know until I just got so tired. And I just told God, I give you a yes. And that's when my restoration started. When I gave God a yes. God told me back in 2019, he gave me Joel 2:28. Then the beginning of this year, he gave me Isaiah 61:7. Both of those scriptures means restoration. But sometimes restoration feels like destruction. Sometimes transfiguration feels like construction. Why? Because God's not a God that will put good seeds on a tainted soil. He will uproot that thing to make sure that it's perfect and it's not lacking nothing. So I just want to hop on and encourage you guys to break out. Whatever that means to you, break out and be who God called you to be. Until next Monday, stay encouraged, stay inspired, stay motivated. Until then, peace.